I would like to share with you some budgeting principles. I'll focus on the 50, 30, 20% rule by Elizabeth Warren. That you need to divide your income in three categories: 50%, and the next 30%, and lastly 20%. So let's look at how should you use these portions of your salary, or how should you manage such a budget. So first of all, if you are trying to follow this rule, you need to identify your income after tax. So this income after tax, if you are working, it will be your salary reduce, deduct any taxes that you pay to the government, and of course any other deductions that happen on your salary. Similar for those who are doing business, you need to you need to take your gross profit and remove the business expenses, including the tax, because business has to pay taxes as well. Now, what do you do once you have removed the taxes, once you have the net income? The second stage is to take away the 50% of that income, of that net income, for basic needs. What are basic needs? These are the necessities that we, or us human beings, need for us to survive, for us to maintain our day-to-day lives. So basic needs, for example, it will be the rentals, the groceries. If you have a car, if you have a vehicle, we're talking of the insurance, we're talking of the maintenances, we're talking of anything that will sustain your living. So 50% of your income should go to rentals. Make sure that you limit your needs to 50% of your income. So you pay rentals, you service your cars, you pay for groceries. If you have children at school, you use the same 50% to do such things. It's hard, but if you look at the percentage, is almost half of what you earn. So assuming you earn 100,000, it means you have to take 50,000 to pay rent, and if you have a balance, of course, you have to buy groceries, you have to pay utilities bills. Now I'll tell you what is not a need. If you're buying internet bundles, data, if you're paying a TV subscription, that's not a need. That should not come in the first 50% of your income. Please, you have to hear me well. That's not a need. Then we look at the third step, whereby you need to take 30% from your income. Now, this should be for the wants. Now, the wants will include that internet bundles, the TV subscriptions. You have seen a nice shoe, a nice dress, haircuts, saloon, anything that is a want. You want to go for movies, for a show, you have to make sure that you take a 30% from your salary to be dedicated to that. In so doing, you will not confuse matters. In so doing, you'll be able to plan in a right way. So 30% should be for the wants. So you need to differentiate between your wants and your needs. So whatever you want, you may need a luxury watch, you may need an expensive uh, dinner, lunch, anything that you want. It should be limited within the 30%. Then lastly, we take the portion of 20%, which is remaining from our income. Remember, we have used 50% of the income for needs. We have used 30% of the income for wants. And now the remaining 20%, it will be for investments, savings, and of course, emergency fund. Now, 20% of your money, no matter how good you are, no matter how fit, how healthy you are, there'll be some time where you you lose energy. There'll be some time where you need to rest. So it's good to plan in advance how you are going to spend your life after working, after doing business. It will always be there, so you have to plan for it. Most people will shun away from this idea that we are going to get old, the understanding that we have to retire, we have to take care of ourselves. So we run away from this idea, but in real life this does happen. So it's good to prepare for such circumstances. That's why the remaining 20% of your money on monthly basis should be going into your pension fund, saving, investments. So for example, as we mentioned that someone is receiving 100,000, they have to take away 50,000 to deal with all their needs. Then they'll take 30,000, which is 30% of their income, to deal with all their wants. Then they need to take 20,000 for their saving and investments. Now, let me get back on a different topic on now how can we use the 20% on savings and investments, because it will also be crucial as to how should you invest, how should you save that 20%, because we don't need you to also use that 20% in the month you have saved. You should set a goal for some time, to say at least a year, 2 or more years, to say I will not touch this money until I reach this stage or this period. So let's meet again on saving and investing decisions. Thank you for now. Thanks for watching. You can subscribe on YouTube. Just search my name. You'll find the videos posted on YouTube. Thank you.